Hey guys, welcome back to the Extraordinary Expletive. You got your boy J Dubs over here on the mic.
And then Kenny G's over here, and I just want you to forget about the dirty looks and the photographs your boyfriend took and the time that you broke your foot from jumping off the second story, because we're here to talk about emo.
Today is an emotional episode. Talking about the emo movement, almost like the grunge movement that kind of took over the early 2000s. Man, it was a time to be alive. It was a time to be a teenager, in my opinion. I was 15, the first time I ever heard an emo song, and I was like, oh, dude, this is really good. I enjoy this.
What was the first one? What was the first thing that you considered emo? Because I've actually been looking online and stuff.
Hawthorne Heights.
Okay,
That was
because
probably one of the first ones that I like totally remember.
what, Ohio is for lovers?
I would say, yeah, that was probably one of the first ones. I mean, other than that, that was like the first big hit, but Census Fail for me was amazing. Bloody Romance. I don't know if you know the song. It was off their first EP, and it was, intense. You know what I mean? You're 15 years old, and you're listening to this. You know, you're going through all these hormone changes and shit, and like, you're still getting used to your emotions, and it was just something to clench onto. You know what I mean? It was, it really reached out to me, if you will, but it was a something I kind of wanted to touch base on. I felt like it was almost bad too because young kids they're very impressionable, and I caught on to that movement, and I was like, dude, yeah, like my hair thrown sideways. I dyed my shit black. I was putting
Sharpie on your fingernails.
it was actually fingernail paint, and yeah, like cutting yourself was like the big thing, and suicide was something that was cool.
I think the whole like cutting thing was just made up though. I don't think anybody actually did that until like, because like back in like guidance counseling, it was a class you had to take in high school.
Yeah.
They'd be like, yeah, there's this movement where kids cut themselves. I had never heard of that until then, and then as soon as I heard about it, everyone did it. I feel like that was just made up. They were like, well, kids cut themselves now, and people were like, oh, I'm gonna do that.
Oh, they do that, dude. I'm trying to do what kids are doing then.
Right, right. It
Yeah.
was. It was. I just feel like cutting was. I mean, I know people that did, cut, but I feel like that was a made up thing.
So you think that was something that like the whole guidance
Well,
counselor
did you
part
ever
made up?
hear? Did you ever hear of like
I
the
never heard of anybody
the
cutting
rain
themselves
the
in the
rain
80s.
the rainbow parties?
Yeah.
Like no one actually did that. That was just something that somebody was like, "Hey, these kids are doing this," and then
Maybe we're thinking of two different rainbow parties.
with the
Big hippie fest, everybody drops acid.
no,
Week long thing in the
no,
woods.
no, the lipstick blowjob thing.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, go on. This sounds interesting.
they were called rainbow. Well, I remember I heard about in high school. They were like, yeah, these kids do things now called rainbow parties, where every girl goes to this party wearing a different color lipstick, and they give out blowjobs, and whoever has the most colors on their dick by the end of the night, they're the winner of the rainbow party.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, that's not a real thing. Why? But like it was all over the place like at the time.
I'd never heard that. The thing I'd heard about was the jelly bracelets, and that was a big deal.
What the fuck is a jelly
Are
bracelet?
you fucking kidding me? We both know something that we don't know. The jelly bracelets were like those little kind of rubber, almost like rubber band looking bracelets people would wear. And they had all kinds of different colors to them, black, bright pink, blue, yellow, red. And each one had its own separate meaning to it, if you will. So if you were at a party or wherever the fuck you were at, and say like, you got all these colors on your wrist, chick walks up to you and she grabs one, she breaks it, that means that you guys are going to do whatever that color meant. And black was fucking, I think blue was like blowjobs, reds was kissing, and yeah, each one had a different meaning, almost like the rainbow party thing. That's weird.
Was that a real thing? Because that doesn't sound real.
I mean, it was real to me. But I don't know. I never thought about shit like that being made up. Maybe there was something we all made up. You know what I mean? It was part of our own movement, and we did that.
I mean, at the time though, whenever they were talking about like cutting and stuff, I'm like, well, this is real. But then like as I grew up, I'm like, I never heard about that until they brought it up, and then all of a sudden, It's like whenever people read the book Speak.
I've never read that.
Oh, it's horrible. But people read that and they're like, yeah, I got raped too.
Oh, hashtag me too.
Yeah. For me,
So it's kind of like a hypochondria thing.
yeah, basically.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're like off topic, but not because this is something that came about
Well,
with emo music.
it's not just emo wasn't about the music because I've seen a lot of people say that like, um, My Chemical Romance isn't an emo band because lyrically they're not singing about emo things, but however they have the emo look.
Yeah, they've
And
definitely progressed.
something about emo though is Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Hot Topic is just so important to the emo movement because it was all of a sudden you could buy your gauges, you could buy your earrings, you could
You could buy every band t-shirt there.
any band t. This t-shirt I'm wearing now, I bought 14 years ago to Hot Topic.
Jesus.
I've had this shirt since like 2006, 2005, something like that.
It's held up. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, and if you look at like my old MySpace photos, I'm literally wearing it like every single one of them. I don't know how this thing is still alive.
Yeah. So emo itself was one of those glamour musics, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like hair metal kind of was. Like Kiss, you know what I mean? They all put on that stage show. Um Emo, for anybody who doesn't know, emo music was emotional music. It kind of, in my personal opinion, derived from punk rock roots. You got those like power chordy kind of stuff. I could say more pop punk than I would say punk, but kind of derived from that, and they turned it into.
A lot of those emo bands became like a band like Fall Out Boy. People were like, "That's an emo band."
I disagree.
Fall Out Boy is more of a pop punk band. Now, with
Yeah,
My
yeah,
Chemical Romance, you have people saying that they're an emo band. You have other people saying they're a pop punk band.
yeah.
So
Give me 1 second. I want to hit this volume knob on my computer. Okay, I apologize. I heard that little ding. That was a Facebook notification. I forgot to turn it back down. But I would definitely consider My Chemical Romance as emo, like their first album for sure. Later on,
the I gave you my bullets. You gave me.
Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge.
That was
that
the
album.
second album.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh shit,
Yeah,
dude, I gotta go do some listening tonight. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, because they wrote Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge while they were out on tour.
yeah.
Yeah, which is an amazing feat to do.
To me, the big thing about like emo too was that was. So we're flashing back here, like
2005,
well,
2004.
three Cheers for Sweet Revenge came out in 2004.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was like kind of whenever emo got mainstream because I've read a lot of stuff too where people credit like Bleed America by Jimmy Eats World as like a huge emo album.
I never took Jimmy Eat World to be.
I didn't think
emo.
so. I didn't think so either. And I actually like listened to it, like actually took a listen to it, and I was like, okay, I can see that. And like Pinkerton by Weezer.
No, I'm just gonna say no.
I'm telling you, people say that's like a huge emo album.
Lyrically, maybe.
But that's what emo is. It's lyrically. That's why people say My Chemical Romance is an emo album because lyrically, their stuff isn't. But visually, yes, they are an emo band. You know.
How isn't like Ghost of You? Like, I mean, I'm not okay. I promise. Like,
Okay, I hate the Black Parade.
yeah, I hated that album. Like, Teenagers was cool. It was
Teenagers was. I love that song.
it was really different from everything they ever did before. I enjoyed it. It was upbeat and it was happy, and I was like, wow, Gerard does have feelings, you know. I don't know. Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit because I feel like we're jumping ahead here.
Yeah, we're flashing back here.
Yeah, yeah.
The year is 2003.
The year is 2003.
And-
Kenny G is in his bedroom at his parents' house, and he hears emo music for the first time.
Well, I didn't know it was emo at the time. There used to be a channel called VH1 Mega Hits,
Okay.
and all they did was show music videos 24/7. That's it. No commercials, no nothing, just music videos. And you'd get the like Feel Good Inc. by the Gorillaz would be on there all the time.
Dope.
Fucking love that music video. Oh, Clint Eastwood was on there a lot too. And VH1 Mega Hits is a thing. And they started showing this music video for "Make Damn Sure" by Taking Back Sunday, and was like, "This is the best song." I fucking love that song so much. And then one day, VH1 Mega Hits disappeared, and it was the channel Logo, Logo. It was a lesbian and gay channel. So one day I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can't wait to watch music videos, and I turn on the station, and I'm like, why are these dudes kissing?
In their new remodeled kitchen.
Yeah,
Okay. See,
but so then like, but at this time, like, this is the summer, like, this is summertime. I'm out of school. 14-year-old me, like, that's what I would do. I would just wake up and like watch music videos on TV, and then this channel came around called like More Music USA, MMUSA. And I started watching that, and then they got rebranded as Fuse. And I feel like Fuse is the one thing that every emo kid spent time watching. You would just turn on and be like,
guilty.
you would just go on the TV and be like, oh man,
Oven Fresh?
Oven Fresh is up.
Yeah, dude.
Watch the new music video. And they'd be like, yeah, here's Die Romantic by Aiden. And
Jesus.
it's this fucking emo band. Like, guys have the fucking dark hair over their eyes. They're wearing eyeliner. Their nails are painted. They have like the Misfits guitar. Like,
They're the most pastiest white you've ever seen.
yes. And they're just singing all this like emo stuff. And you're like, yeah, I can relate to this. So that was it for like that. Like, I feel like Fuse TV, and Hot Topic are what just fueled this huge movement, because you could go home, you could watch these music videos, you could see these guys with their eyeliner and their like really emotional stuff, and then you could go to the store and buy the T-shirt, and you're just part of this culture going on.
Yeah, and it was funny because Hot Topic never started out as an emo store. You know what I mean?
But they became one.
Yeah, in my opinion, they were more like leaning towards like the whole goth movement deal. Like you had like Trip Pants and fucking like, Invader Zim shit, stuff that wasn't your stereotypical norm, you would say. Like you don't buy clothes from Hot Topic at JCPenney's, like no way. But yeah, once that movement happened, maybe they're like, dude, yeah, hey, they're catching on. Hey, order 1,600 of those cute without the ET shirts. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say around the same time for me, especially when Fuse was around, dude. I love that, and that introduced me to a lot of bands that I really didn't know existed. And for instance, Census Fail, Bloody Romance, that song. Geez, that song, dude. It had a lot of feeling, and it was the first time I'd ever really heard somebody screaming like they did. And you can definitely, we'll get into this in a minute, but that's emo became screamo, where they had those kind of growls in there, and it was just random. You know what I mean? Like Hawthorne Heights, Ohio is just for lovers, and in the background, they had that guy screaming, but the main singer was that main clean vocal deal. But Buddy from Census Fail, I mean, he did his own, you know what I mean? But in Bloody Romance, the lyrics are nuts. The whole video is just him in a house, and him and his bandmates are all playing there, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell how much pent-up rage this guy had just from the video alone. And, smashes his guitar off the basement, like, wall and shit, and literally goes in the bathroom and cuts his wrist and just lays in the tub. And like the lyrics themselves are so slice, open my veins and let the romance bleed away. But he's screaming the first part, so slice, open my veins, and let, but the song was about, he originally got into something with a girl and apparently it didn't happen. And now he's in love and there's nothing he can do to get her back. So what is he going to do? He's going to kill himself. And, in my opinion, being 15, being 14, that's when you first start getting into relationships, and when you start to feel love for the first time. People call it puppy dog love, but that is something that, I broke up with a girl and stuff, and like I was with a girl at the time, and my mom didn't like her, so we couldn't be together. And so then I really got into this music, and I'm like, fuck this, man, like stupid shit. Like
I feel like most emo music is rooted in like unrequited love.
Yeah,
That's a big theme.
Ohio is for lovers.
Ohio is for lovers, but and that too. It's just emo is just a. I don't even know. It's not about being sad so much, but it's about you can relate to those songs.
I took it as a release of emotion. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was something that, I mean, I'm going to talk about Census Fail a little bit because um, they're amazing. I love watching them progress from their first EP all the way up to their latest album. I mean, they actually just released the new one last year, but they came from this crazy emotional state, and you can track everything that Buddy is singing about, and you can see his progression into his own mind and how he's trying to come out of it, and he just throws it down all on paper. I don't know how much you've kept up with them, but
I was never big into Census Fell.
from the depths of
It
dreams.
took me like 10 years to even get into Silverstein.
Jeez.
Well, Silverstein's more post-hardcore though.
Yeah. They were still around in
I
that.
I actually
emo
just
stage.
saw the last concert I went to was Silverstein in Hawthorne Heights.
That's sweet.
That was maybe like a year ago.
Well, not to cut
Cleveland?
you off, but going back to the
Horrible.
Census Fail, like Buddy, towards their third album, I forget it. It was the one after Let It Enfold You, but you can see his battle with his emotions now that he's an adult, and like he talks about a lot of his father and his going into alcoholism deal, and you can like take how he is as a person and take it back to that first album and see how he progressed and like how he's still like battling shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's cool to me to be able to relate on a level like he's like reaching out to people through his music, and that's his release. You know what I mean? But I always found that neat as hell. But okay, so Hawthorne Heights, Census Fail. We haven't talked about Taking Back Sunday yet, besides that one time. But I think that's something.
I think
They were a big deal.
every person, I think every teenage kid who was like age between 13 and 17 at the time, knows all the words to Make Damn Sure.
Yeah.
And even before that, you had like Cute Without the E and stuff, and that
Yeah, their beginning stuff wasn't so mainstream.
I
you know
think
what I mean?
I think your aim message, your aim, like the what was it, the message you left whenever you were away from aim.
Yeah.
I think everyone's like, and with my one last breath, I would apologize for bleeding on your shirt.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I've
every
seen
kid-
that on 8 People's at
Oh
least.
my god, yeah. It was just one of those things that you could relate to it because I don't know, just every kid's hormonally raged and
They're going nuts. And
Yeah.
I don't know if the bands who wrote these songs were specifically reaching out to that type of generation, but they're going through their own hardships, and they're not bands that I feel like, hey, they're on record labels and they're like, guys, we got to write music for
it
these
has
kids.
to be weird though. Like you're in like your mid-20s and you're writing these songs, and it's just a bunch of like 14 and 15-year-old kids that are like, I fucking love your music. I can relate so much.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm like 10 years older than you, man.
Hey, thanks. Our next song's Hot Potato.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you still have a fan base though, and like I said, I followed Senseless Fail since I was 14, man. Like, love catching up with them and seeing what they're doing.
Oh, I mean, to this day, I love Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah.
A friend of ours lives in Maryland, and they're gonna play their first 2 albums, like down in, like Baltimore, and he was like, "Hey, do you guys want to get tickets to come down?" A lot of people are going down that I know. I'm not. I can't do it, but like I have 3 or 4 friends that are gonna go down there and see them
So they're gonna play the first 2 albums like back to back
in their entirety.
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
I saw them in Pittsburgh a few years ago, and they played oh god, what was Cute Without the E on?
I don't know.
Oh man, they played that one in its entirety, and it was a great show. They put on. You never realize the lead singer of Taking Back Sunday is from Alabama until he talks.
Yeah.
When he sings, it's fine, but as soon as he talks, he's like, "Okay, how y'all doing tonight?" You're like, "What?"
The fuck did he just say?
Yeah.
All right, so another band, Brand New.
Oh my god.
Now, when Brand New first came out, Your Favorite Weapon, that album was way more punk than it was, musically wise. Lyrics though, definitely, emotional. And then you take their second album, Deja Entendu, and look at where they're at now. Their music is way out there. It's nothing like their first album.
with all these bands though, it's not musically what they're doing, it's like lyrically what they're doing. Again, Weezer was one of those bands that like you listen to Pinkerton, like lyrically what they're doing, that's like emo. But
See, I never thought about it like that. Yeah, that's
no one ever brought that. I saw that the other day and I was like, oh my god, they're right, because I actually sat down and listened to Pinkerton. In the same way with like Jimmy Eat World, Bleed America. When you listen to it, you're like,
American.
Bleed American. My apologies.
Yeah.
When you actually listen to it, you're like,
Don't you ever disrespect the middle.
everyone loves the middle. That's the one song every white person in the history of the
I think
world
Pain's my favorite song.
loves. That's my favorite too. Or God, what's the other one? The Sweetness. Sweetness.
Yeah.
Sweetness is a great one.
Yeah, that was a great one.
But when you actually listen to the lyrics, you're like, okay, this is an emo. But a lot of those bands, they bled together, like the punk rock, the post-punk, the post-hardcore, all those kind of bled together. And it's like what came out lyrically was emo. That was my I apologize. I hit the mic.
Jeez. Well, okay, so brand new. I wanted to touch base with this, just in case people didn't know. But Jesse from Brand New, and I can't remember his name.
Howard.
From Taking Back Sunday?
Jesse and Howard.
Is that it?
No, those
Are you
are the
fucking
lead
with me?
singers.
Oh,
Those are the lead singers of Killswitch Engage.
I was thinking, I was like, wait a minute. But they were pretty entwined, and they were really good friends. And I think Jesse and the guy from Taking Back Sunday were originally going to start a band. And if you ever listen to 70 times 7 by Brand New, it's that song where he says, you're as subtle as a brick in the small of my back, so let's end this call and end this conversation. He says, I mean, it's a pretty savage song in my opinion. I hope there's ice on all the roads, and you can think of me when you forget your seatbelt, and again when your head goes through the windshield. Like, he just basically telling me, yo, I hope you die. Apparently the story, and you can read into it if you want, but Jesse had left some lyrics out on his bed or whatever, and the guy from Taking Back Sunday took them and then recorded a song with his band, and so stole his music, and they were supposed to be friends, and he's like, hey, fuck you, man, and then like made 70 times 7, which ended up being an amazing song, but it might be Cute Without the E that is that song. You know, I don't know if he's saying, you know, he can't prove it or whatnot, but look that up. Anybody listening, look that up, because I could be mistaken on exactly what happened.
I hope not. That's like one of my favorite Taking Back Sunday songs.
It's crazy to think about, though.
Thursday was another one.
Thursday. Oh, dude.
I'm sorry. Every time I think about Taking Back Sunday, like eventually Thursday comes up. I love Thursday.
Thursday was, they were deep. What the hell is the song? War All the Time. I could listen to that song and repeat over and over again.
What about Thrice?
I was gonna mention them next, dude. Artist in the Ambulance. That album was just like, oh boy, that was something that that was around the time when I started playing guitar, dude. And you listen to that shit, and you're like, dude, hey, pick up that bass. Hey, come here. I got this shit wrote down. Come here, and like, that's what got my juices flowing, man. Listening to that stuff. I love listening to bands that inspire me. Because that makes me want to write my own shit. I'm like, dude, I could do something like that.
I think I could lyrically, musically, I cannot. And it's not even like emo's that complicated, but like I'm Not Okay, I Promise. I love that fucking intro.
Well, the intro from the video.
No, not even what he says. I'm just talking about like if you actually hear the song, like the guitar intro, like the and the drums come in. I love that.
Yeah,
because it's like the build up and then it just hits you.
We had a buddy from high school. You might know him, Mike Wolf.
Yes,
he was super into them
Zah.
at the time. Yeah, Mike Wolf. I don't smoke mids, bro. But Mike's sweet as fuck. But he was really into MCR too. And I remember at the time
Black
the video
Parade
came out,
or Three Cheers?
3 Cheers.
Okay.
And I remember talking
there
to him
is a distinct difference.
in woodshop class about how Gerard kisses the guitarist in the video for I'm Not Okay, I Promise. And he's like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I figured that went hand in hand. Like, dude, yeah, he's kind of gay. What do you mean? Just look at him, man. I don't know. So here's a question. Speaking of gay people with long black hair, how do you feel about Davey Havok and the emo scene with Sing the Sorrow.
I don't think that AFI was an emo band though. AFI was a punk band that became like more of a pop band, and that's what happens with a lot of these things. Is like,
You don't think at all that Sing the Sorrow was emo?
a little bit.
Think about
I think it had.
your emotional lyrics thing here.
It's when you're dabbling in it though. It's not like they were a full on emo band. They
Yeah.
just kind of like dabbled. They were like, we have some emo elements, but we're not really an emo band. They were transitioning from like a punk band to.
And that album was way out of left field.
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
from their last one. You're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is this?
Like Panic at the Disco. Some people are like, well, their first album was emo. I'm like, it has emo elements, but then you look at Panic at the Disco now, they are like a full on pop band.
yeah.
Like if you turn on like Hot 101 or Kiss 95.9, like they're playing Panic at the Disco because
Yeah.
they're not that rock band, they're not the punk, they're just straight up pop.
My wife is super into Panic at the Disco, like really bad.
So is her cousin.
Yeah?
Yeah,
David?
yeah, he was on here last week talking about I love Panic at the Disco.
Oh my god. I didn't even think about that.
That's like his favorite band.
What a douche. I never took
Dave,
that.
come back on our podcast,
Yeah,
but you are a
David.
total douche.
You need to come back. We need to make fun of your musical taste. I was always in the Fallout Boy. So
Oh my God!
Fallout Boy and Panic at the Disco. Like I always thought, like Panic at the Disco was trying so fucking hard to be Fallout Boy.
Me too.
So I never got into them. I was like, fuck these guys, dude. Nobody cares about your church and your wedding and slamming the door and shit. Fuck off, dude. You can go listen to Grand Theft Auto. Fuck out of my face. But they weren't so musically inclined at the beginning. Their studio albums were amazing, but I never got to see them. But everybody always said, that voice. Where is your boy tonight? I hope he had that high pitched shit, And I always heard like live he couldn't hit it right, like in the beginning. So I'm hoping, like now obviously they're way better. Like I mean, you got them making songs for the fucking Pittsburgh Penguins and shit. They're a huge deal, but they all started out like in that emo stage. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's fucking nuts, dude. Like, I love that it's stuck. You know what I mean? Like,
I never really got into Fall Out Boy. I always again Fuse. I liked Sugar We're Going Down Swinging and Dance Dance because those were always on Fuse. But I was like, I don't really care for Fall Out Boy.
See, that wasn't the same album though. From Under the Cork Tree, you should listen to that one. That was
that had both Dance Dance and Sugar We're Going Down on it.
Then maybe I'm thinking of a different album.
From Under the Cork Tree had both those on it.
Well, the one that had Grand Theft Auto on it. Which one was that? Because Dance Dance came out after that.
Maybe Dance Dance wasn't on From Under the Cork Tree.
I don't think it was.
I know Sugar We're Going Down was from Under the Cork Tree.
I definitely wasn't. Because Grand Theft Auto was their first single. Jamie, look that up.
We don't have a Jamie anymore.
Well, fucking your phone's Jamie. Look it up. Oh, I don't even got mine on me. We need to see this. I need because I can't even remember the name of their second album, but I'm gonna say 97% sure that song was on their first album, and then Dance Dance and Sugar We're Going Down was their second and third single, and that came out on the following album. I could be wrong. Our lawyer made this change the name of the song.
That was From Under the Cork Tree.
Bullshit.
Yes, it was.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, tell me. What was the second album name?
Grand Theft Autumn was From Take This to Your Grave.
That's it. That's the album I'm thinking of then. So yeah, you're right.
It was the second album from Under the Cork Tree. So Dance Dance was From Under the Cork Tree.
Okay.
I actually didn't like that album until a few years ago. I was crushing on this girl really hard, and she.
Yo, girl, I'm just trying to be another notch in your bedpost. What's up?
She really liked Fall Out Boy. So then I
Did you use that line on her? Because that probably would have worked.
No, I should have.
Damn.
It's weird how it's all those bands too I associate with different people from my life.
Yeah.
Because I guess I grew up on that kind of music.
Okay. So you can remember listening to this band with said person in their garage.
I mean, I associate that stuff. So like now From Under the Cork Tree, I associate with that girl, and then like, God, emo is. I just miss the mid 2000s.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so going on to other bands. Well, actually, I guess I'll touch base. But yeah, Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge. I remember me and Tom sitting in my bedroom listening to that album on repeat while playing the
On your
entire
MySpace.
on my MySpace while playing the entire campaign on Legendary on Halo 2. Like that was it, dude. That was, that was the epitome of
Do you
life
remember
then.
Cartel?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Minister's Prayer. Did you ever hear that one?
No.
No?
I just
Oh.
always think
Or
of honest.
minstrels, not ministers.
I always think of honestly.
Yeah.
The music video where they're all sitting there on the computer, like meeting people online. And then they go to like the public and they see them. They're like, no.
Oh shit! Did I just get catfished?
Yeah. Catfishing
Yeah.
wasn't even a thing.
No, no, no. Yeah, that came out way later. But I mean, it was definitely a thing then. But they just didn't have a name for it. You
Yeah.
ever seen the movie Friday?
Yes.
Smokey was the first person to ever get catfished. What'd she say? Oh yeah, she looks like Mariah Carey. And she shows up and she's got the hat and she steps out and he's like, "Damn, the fuck!" And he just leaves. Yeah. Cartel was sweet. There was a slew of bands that came out, especially after the first
A
initial
lot of
run.
them were under like Victory Records too,
Cute,
because
cute is what you aim for.
cute is what you aim for.
I remember them. I discovered them in Cartel around the same time. I was dating this girl named Stacy, and she was really into that.
Did
And
her mom have it going on?
actually, she did. Yeah, Tony was.
That was a bad joke. I'm glad that she actually was pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Her mom was nice. Um, but she was into that kind of more poppy stuff, and I took Cartel and Cute is what we aim for. It was more mainstream than it was, that emo. They had the roots and they had the look, but like the Curse of Curves from Cute is what we aim for. It was amazing, but I don't know. Let's backtrack again. Let's go back
Death
to
Cab
Thrice.
for Cutie.
Ooh. Postal Service, same guy, but that guy put out some stuff that was poetic, to say the very least. His music was so good. Just, I mean, to the point where like Streetlight Manifesto covers one of their songs. Such Great Heights. If you guys have not heard that, please go listen. Like, his love songs were amazing. I mean, and that was the Postal Service that did Such Great Heights. He says, "I believe that the freckles in our eyes are mirror images, and when we kiss, they're perfectly aligned." Like, I was like, "Damn, dude! Like, yo, I wish I could have wrote that." And
That's
the
pretty
note,
good.
yeah, dude, they're amazing. And then you got Death Cab for Cutie when he did his other stuff, and it was more techno-y. Postal Service had like a lot of electronic influences, but Death Cab, Follow You into the Dark, like basically says like, "Hey, I would rather not go to heaven or go to hell and just sit here and wait for you." Like, that's amazing. Like, hey, I will just float around in limbo with you for the rest of my life because my life is over. So this is it. All I want to do is spend time with you. And if that girl didn't like love him back, fuck that girl,
Yeah.
because that's deep. You know, um, he had like the Weezer look. Thick rimmed glasses. Maybe is that where that started? Weezer, you think, or Buddy Holly?
I mean, Buddy Holly started
Yeah.
it, but then Weezer brought it back, 50 years after Buddy Holly's death. So,
Hey, do you guys remember this one? You guys playing charades? No, we're starting a band.
there's, even Blink 182, they're not an emo band, but they have, like, I Miss You. That's one sort of an emo song, and even Adam's song.
Adam's song, yeah. Me
Adam-
and my wife were actually just talking about Adam's song last night because we were. I showed her because I made the post on the Facebook, and it said, "Hey guys, get out your razor blades and your eyeliner because this next episode is going to be a sad one." Um, if you've never heard the album, you never get the joke, so that's why I explained it to her. But in the Mark, Tom, and Travis show, it's a live album by them. They get done playing, I forget what fucking song, but it's right before they start playing Adam's song, and it's on the end of the track before that, and Adam's song's track number 12, so this is track 11. And he goes, "Hey, you better wipe that shit-eating grin off your face, because this next song's a sad one. And more importantly than that, if you've been eating shit and grinning, then today's probably not your day anyways, so whatever." And then you just go right into Adam's song, and like lighters come out, and everybody's just cheering like crazy. But I told her I was gonna post that on the Facebook, like, hey, you guys better wipe that shit-eating grin off your face, because this next episode's gonna be a sad one. But nobody would have got it, so I didn't want to be that guy.
Right.
Everybody would have picked up on it when I said razor blades and eyeliner. Dude, they're talking about Hawthorne Heights, guys. We gotta listen. Oh, they were excited about it.
I was never big, like, even seeing them live, I was never really big into Hawthorne Heights. I mean, again, but they were one of those bands on Victory Records that was featured on Fuse all the time. By the way, Fuse is, they got dropped by Comcast and Verizon, and they have filed for bankruptcy.
Jeez.
So Fuse might not be a thing here pretty soon.
That's upsetting.
You say that, but when's the last time you actually watched Fuse?
I haven't had cable in 8 years.
Okay, then you haven't watched Fuse in at least 8 years. The last time I had Fuse on, I fell asleep and I woke up and it was like ASAP Rocky was playing. It was like an ASAP Rocky takeover of Fuse, and I'm like, yo, where are all the white folk at? Cause
this is different.
Yeah, it's like, I'm used to, again, I've probably seen the music for Helena by My Chemical Romance like 100 times.
At least. I mean, if you go to YouTube, you can even see in the bottom right corner, it usually says Oven Fresh or Fuse if somebody like screen recorded it. Man, coming out with the fucking racist comments. Look at your ass. Where the white folk at?
I'm sorry, white folk love that kind of music.
A$AP Rocky? I love A$AP Rocky.
I do love A$AP Rocky, but I'm just like, but when you think of Fuse, you don't think of rap. You think of emo.
No, yeah, you're true.
Like that's Fuse, emo, and Hot Topic all go together, hand in hand.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. It's right here. It's right here. I can think of it. Hey girl, you drive me crazy. What the fuck is that?
Red jumpsuit.
The red jumpsuit apparatus. I remember seeing them on Fuse for the very first time.
They played live at Cal U my freshman year, and I didn't go see them. It was a free concert too. They were up at the football stadium. I just didn't go up to the football stadium.
You just didn't want to? You didn't
I
like them?
I was like,
Face
okay.
Down. That was the name of that song.
Yeah, I was like, okay, the red jumpsuit apparatus has that one song, and that's the only band there, and it's kind of in the middle of the parking lot for a football game. I'm just not gonna go. I
would have went. Fuck it. You might have seen something you never knew before.
Do you feel like a man?
You mentioned the band Aiden.
Yes.
I had never even heard of them.
You probably forgot about them until tonight.
Yeah. Especially because you said Die Romantic. That was their second or third album. You know what I mean?
It was their single.
Yeah.
It was a single, and then like.
But their first one was.
In the music video, the guy's up on the roof, like he's about to kill himself, and there's a girl like in the bathroom. She's gonna kill herself, and he's like playing, like he's like talking him into like killing themselves. And at the end of the video, the guy actually jumps off the roof, and the girl does take all the pills and dies. And I'm like, that is dark.
Yeah. They were sweet though.
Yeah.
But their first single was "I Set My Friends on Fire."
Yes.
Yeah. So let me tell you a story. I'm also gonna include Hawthorne Heights in this too because this is around the time I believe it was 07. I went to Warped Tour in Pittsburgh.
I think it's even, it may have been 07 because I think that song came out like 2005 because it was before the Black Parade, and the Black Parade came out in 2006.
Yeah. Die Romantic?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Die Romantic came around. Wow, yeah, sometime between 2005 and 2007.
Well, okay, so like I said, I'd never heard of them before, and I actually went and first I'd seen Hawthorne Heights play, and they were playing on main stage. I really enjoyed their show. They were good. Stereotypical get up, the suit kind of, shirt, and the jet black hair swooped so perfectly to the side over the top of the one eye. By the way, my son is totally rocking that haircut now, if you haven't seen. But I love it. I asked him, do you want a haircut? He's like, no, I kind of like it. I was like, me too, dude. He's always like walking around going, and I'm like, yeah, bro, I used to do that all the time. Fuck yeah. You want some hair gel? Hell no, you don't, because you're just going to move it out of your eye. You're just going to just keep touching it. You know what I mean? That's but anyways, so we see them play. In the middle of the show, some dude throws a fucking beer bottle, like straight up on stage, hits the lead singer in the forehead. He's in the middle of playing, and he's like, you throw another thing on this stage, and I'll fucking kill you. And then they just started playing again. Like they stopped the music, knew right where they were at, went right back into it, and I was like, "Holy shit, that guy's an asshole." Not the lead singer, the dude who threw the bottle. I was like, "Yeah, fuck that guy." I would have said the same thing. So, anyways, I'm sitting there for a little bit, and then it was like the side stage. I mean, it wasn't main stage, I guess you could say, because it wasn't under the pavilion. You know, have the two big ones.
Yeah.
So Aiden comes on after this, and never heard of him. I was like, okay, cool, dude. You know, I'm listening to him. I'm like, dude, this is sweet. First time I'd ever got into a wall of death. No idea what I was getting myself into. I was like, okay, you know, I've been in mosh pits and stuff. You know, like I think I was 16, 17 years old. And he goes, okay, guys. He goes, for this next song, he goes, I want everybody to just step aside. Everybody step aside. Make room in the middle. Make room in the middle. I'm like, all right. So, like, we're all, like, backing up and pushing each other and shit. And he sends these two fucking guys down from the stage with fucking Roman helmets on, plastic shields, and plastic swords. Okay? And one stands on one side, one stands on the other. He goes, okay, so you guys who've never done this before, these guys are your leaders. And what you're going to do is you're going to follow them into battle. And I was like, yeah! You know what I mean? Like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, dude, everybody's getting hyped. We're all staring at each other. And I was like, wait a minute. So we're about to, like, tackle each other. Dude, this is sweet. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I remember it perfectly. Dude, I was wearing this, like, it was like a large white T-shirt. And the reason I remember it is because of this afterwards. But he says, okay, so as soon as the music starts, he goes, I want you guys to follow your leaders into battle and run as hard and as fast as you can. And he goes, this next song's called I Set My Friends on Fire. And everybody was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, sweet. Like, I never heard your music before. This is cool. And I was like, all right. The riff started, the drums come in, and we just fucking took off. And I remember running and then black, bro. I didn't get knocked out, but there were so many fucking people on top of me that I could literally not see the daylight. I'm talking at least 12 bodies on top of me. I landed, my arm is stuck underneath the back of my head. It's straight blacktop, so my elbow hits the ground, gets pushed 6 feet while just rubbing on the fucking blacktop, and then gets bent behind my head. By the end of it, I couldn't even lift my shoulder this high. Like, it was overextended, hurt like a motherfucker, but it was awesome. But I seen this chick almost die. Like, she's literally screaming, help, help. And I'm like trying to help her. So I like stand up and go to help. And some dude just plows me over and I get knocked back down. She gets knocked back down and she's like screaming and I'm yelling. I'm like, dude, get the girl, get the girl. And like, I end up getting picked up and carried off. And like I said, I'm wearing this white T-shirt, dude, fucking blood all over it, man. I was like, what the fuck was that? And somebody's like, oh, it was a wall of death. And I was like, okay, I'm going to remember that one.
Whatever happened to that girl?
She got up.
Oh.
Yeah, she was cool. But, dude, I thought she was going to die. Like, I saw somebody physically step on her forehead.
Oh,
like,
no.
I was like, but it's chaos. You can't get out of that. You know, that's insane. But, so later on, probably about an hour and a half later, they were doing a signing at their tent. And I'd happened to just be walking by. I was like, dude, I just seen you guys play. I was like, that was the first wall of death I'd ever been in, and I never heard you guys. He's like, what'd you think? I was like, you guys were fucking awesome, man. Like, I really like it. And so then I bought their album with Die Romantic on it, and I listened to that album, like, on repeat for a good 2 months.
I feel like every time I go to a music festival, I buy an album, and that's what I listen to for just months.
You can't get rid of it. You know what I mean? And Die Romantic got stuck in my head. But, yeah. The lyrics to emo, just you're right, dude. I mean, they're poetic.
It hits you in
the
feels.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's emotional, man. Have you ever listened to a band called the Spill Canvas?
No.
No. Now this
Have
is.
you ever listened to? Oh man, good.
They were kind of along the lines you could say like Taking Back Sunday. Spill Canvas. It was a guy. So let's say more along the lines of, Postal Service and Death Cab for Cutie. He was acoustic, like, no drummers and blah blah blah. I mean, there were a couple songs where they were, but like his acoustic music was out of this world. But he has this song called Self Conclusion, and going along the lines of emotional, a conclusion is an end. So like self-ending, talking about killed himself. One of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard. I showed my wife. She was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Just listen." You know what I mean? Because I tell her that a lot. I'm like, "Hey, just listen to these words." Because lyrics, dude, they mean a lot to me.
Right.
And maybe it's because of emotion or like emo music. Like that's something that just stuck with me. Hearing poetry like that written in music and just sounding so fucking good, just oh, dude, it really gets me. But anyways, this song starts out, and he says, "Fade in, start the scene. Enter beautiful girl, but things are not what they seem as they stand at the edge of the world." So, anyways, if you've never heard the song, you're gonna have to. But it's like a play. Like the guy sings it like a story, but he even starts it out, fade in, start scene, blah 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 blah. And the guy walks up. He says, "Hey, excuse me, miss. Well, actually, it's the girl standing there. She walks up and there's this guy there. And she's, "Excuse me, sir, but I had plans to die tonight, and you're standing right in my way." And he's like, "Do you have any idea what you just said to me, or any idea who I am?" And she's just like, "No." Blah 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 blah. And he tries to talk her down from jumping like the whole time, and she's like,
Mm-hmm.
"No." She's like, blah blah blah. And like the chorus, he says, "We all deal with the tiniest notion of self-conclusion in a simplified motion, but the trick is that you're never supposed to act on it, no matter how unbearable the misery gets." And he's basically saying, like, dude, we all go through these hard times. Like, there's times, like, I've thought about killing myself before, and it's like, dude, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? I got so much to live for. I got family. I've got kids now, you know what I'm saying? But, like, what would that solve? Nothing, But,
Yeah.
So as the story progresses and the song goes on, he goes, you know, he just tells her to, hey, come live with me. And she's like, "Are you crazy?" She's like, "I don't even know you." And she says, "All right, I'll give you one chance to prove yourself or I'll give you one shot to prove yourself to be better than my attempted flight. I swear to God, if you hurt me, I will leap. I'll toss myself from these very cliffs and you'll never see it coming." And he says, and this shit gives me goosebumps even thinking about it. He's like, "Settle, precious. I know what you're going through, because minutes before you got here, I was gonna jump too." And I was just like, "What? Is this a movie?" No, it's a song. But it plays like a movie in your
That's
head.
really good.
It's awesome, and then they found love through that. You know what I mean? Like two people fucked up and were like, "Well, what's so wrong with our lives that we both have to do this?" And there you go.
That's really good.
Thanks.
I'm,
You should listen to him.
I will. There's one I listened to a few weeks ago. Have you ever heard of the Get Up Kids?
Oh, Kenny, dude, we bond on so many levels.
Have you ever listened to the Get Up
Yeah,
Kids? I
dude.
fucking love the Get Up
The
Kids.
Get Up Kids are great. Do you remember Becca?
That to me was kind of like the precursor to emo though, because that came out like years before,
Yeah.
like the Something to Write Home About by the Get Up Kids. That came out
Yeah.
like 99, 2000. So you're talking
I
like
didn't think about that.
yeah, they were well even like Weezer, like I was talking like earlier. I read like Weezer's Pinkerton. Pinkerton came out in like the late 90s, so like
Yeah,
that was
98,
kind of like
97?
what pushed emo mainstream.
Yeah.
And then these other bands like Hawthorne Heights and basically anyone signed to Victory Records in the mid 2000s ran away with.
Yeah. Yeah, the Get Up Kids, "I'll Catch You."
Yeah.
I love that song. I actually had a girl make me a mix CD once, which is cool to have that happen. But that was the first time I ever heard that. And she put that in
Blowjobs are awesome, but have you ever had a girl make you a mix CD?
there. Yeah, I'm telling you. Guys, listen, sex is cool and all, but you ever had a girl make you a heartfelt CD? Because that's out of this world, like straight up. But yeah, I heard the Get Up Kids and I was like, damn, dude, that's great.
And all their stuff's rough too. That's the thing. It's not. It's more rough cut
Yeah.
than like because every time I think of like a My Chemical Romance song, I'm thinking like the studio version in my head. But then like whenever you hear like the Get Up Kids, it's more of like the rough original version.
Yeah. It's not super edited.
Yeah,
It's raw.
yeah, it's more raw.
I like that shit. Yeah, that was cool. Trying to think of the band. Matchbook Romance. You ever heard of them?
God, yes,
Tiger Lily?
yeah.
You know that song? Yeah, dude. That's great.
Matchbook Romance was on my quest for 365 different artists for over 365 different days on the book face.
which you completed. Congratulations, that was
Thank
awesome.
you, thank you. Because actually I remember one of my friends. I posted a Maxwell Roman song, and they're like, "Holy shit! I forgot this band even existed." I'm like, "Me too." Until like a few hours ago, and I was trying to find a different one, and I'm like, "Shit, Matchbox Romance.
I
They're on the
remember
Guitar Hero. They're fine."
I remember going. I mean, there's a lot of times I just get drunk and listen to music, reminisce, go through nostalgia. But I had a couple nights where I'd be like, okay, I was like, and get ready for the nostalgia night on my Facebook, and I would just post what song I was listening to, and then what song I was listening to. I had people just flipping out, like, dude, oh my god, like I haven't heard this guy in fucking years, and I'm like, right? I'm like, I still listen to him all the time. But
So,
Jim Becker, good buddy of mine. Anytime I hang out with that motherfucker, like he is the emo kid to a T, man. Um, I have videos of us drunkenly singing karaoke and just singing emo music. We will sit on his couch, completely unembarrassed, and just belt at the top of our lungs, "Taking Back Sunday." Like it's amazing. Cool dude. Shout out to Jim, dude. If you listen to this, I love you. But he showed me some cool shit too that I never seen. I mean, I'd heard of it once before, but he showed me the Scene Aesthetic.
I've heard of them.
They're also like an acoustic emo band, but they like write these crazy love songs. You know what I mean? Like, and do you remember those commercials way back in the day, like the infomercials for like the rock CDs? And it was like Monster Ballads was the one of them. It was like every bad boy has a soft
Yeah,
side.
yeah, no,
And then it's
no.
like, could this be love that I'm feeling?
No, I know.
Could this be love?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
'Cause they used to have like
It's like those are pussy ass songs. And then you listen to this shit and you're like, yeah, this is love. Yeah. Fuck you and your hair.
there used to be the one that would always be like Time Life Presents. It was what the fuck was it called? But it was always be like it would have like Michael Bolton on it. And he'd be like, "Tell me how am I supposed to live without you?" The greatest love songs of the 80s and 90s.
Oh man. Those were great. I loved it when Kid Bop or Kids Bop came out. And it's just like
oh, God.
kids singing censored versions of like regular pop songs.
Oh man.
Somebody made a meme once.
Did they sing From the Windows to the Wall?
No, but I wish they would have. You know that song is like, I'm on that good weed and alcohol. They made a Kids Bop version of it. I don't think it was actually a Kids Bop version, but somebody made a meme. It's like Kids Bop be like, I'm on that good milk and applesauce. And I like lost it. I was like, man. And then I just like kept picturing in my head like these kids
A bunch
dressed
of kids
up,
like this.
big ass baller chains and fucking cups of milk.
Oh, see, no, I was picturing like kids dressed like fucking Steve from Blue's Clues, like with like the collared shirt and like the stripes, and like they have like milk on one hand, like applesauce, and like a Mott's applesauce in this hand, like a fucking milk jug in this hand, like I'm on this good milk and applesauce.
Oh man, I just can't. I can't even. On a scale of 1 to 10, or wait, on a scale of 1 to even, I just can't. Fuck that joke up. But I don't know. Who would you say is your favorite emo band?
My favorite, jeez,
Yeah, it's too soon.
Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah,
If
that
I
was
had,
quick.
I don't, well, yeah, I love Taking Back Sunday.
Fuck yeah.
Louder, I think again it just goes back to 14-year-old me spent 3 summers just watching music videos, and I would always like that's the one that I remember, and I just whenever it came on the TV, I just got so excited because you're talking about a time whenever like YouTube isn't even a thing. Well, YouTube is a thing, but it's not about promoting music. It's about people just uploading stupid videos of them doing stupid shit.
Or like flash art and all that.
Yeah, stuff like that. So then, like, I would be like, "Oh shit, that music video Make Damn Sure is on. I can't wait." Or like, "Oh, Cute Without These on."
Yeah, you got to rush in there. Like,
Error Operator.
leave your cereal on the table. I always loved This Photograph is Proof. I almost said poof. I don't know if you know that one. Come on. This Photograph is Proof. I know. Or whatever.
Is that Taking My Sunday song?
Yeah, dude. 'Cause I know you know know. No, you didn't mean it. I know you didn't
Yeah,
mean
okay, I
it.
know what you're
I
talking about now.
know you know. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was a good one. I always liked that one because the video was like traffic cones and fucking caution
I
tape and
think I
shit.
think my entire influence in music is just influenced by music videos because I can, if you name like a song and it had a music video, I can picture it in my head.
Yeah. This is okay. Now this is something I was going to talk
Whenever
about
they're
too because it brought me this idea. But think about like now's generation. They don't have Fuse. Like MTV doesn't have
they have
music videos
YouTube though,
anymore.
they just get fed whatever YouTube produces,
Yeah, but
basically.
I mean YouTube's not producing it. People are. But I am so musically inclined, like because my mother grew me up on music. My
Your
mother
mother
raised
grew you
me.
up on that good milk and
She
applesauce.
did, dude. She raised me on that good milk and that applesauce. You feel me? And I mean, your mother, they did the same. Like you tell me about, hey, here's this country, and then you learn about the Black Album shit, and then like we discovered MTV and Carson
My
Daly, and
mother
then
raised me on the Bee Gees, to be honest.
oh
She fucking, that's her favorite. Oh, that and Hall and Oates.
man, David Busco actually came to my friend's party, and we were all getting each other gifts. I was like, hey, $25 limit. He bought 25 anniversary Hall and Oates CD of all their singles, and it was just like a gag gift. Tom ended up getting it, and he opens it, and he's like, "Oh wow, thanks." I don't even know who this is. But
There actually used to be a 1-800 number you could call. It was called Call and Oates.
Colin Oates.
Call and Oates, and you could get, it would like press 1 to hear Private Eyes, press 2, and it was like 4 different Hall and Oates songs you could hear if you just pressed a different number.
See, we don't have that. I mean, I guess okay.
It might still. This was a thing at least 5 years ago.
1-800 Colin Oates.
It was something like that, but it would be like press 2 for.
That's hilarious.
Oh, it was great.
But going back to what I was saying, I noticed like I don't know, a lot of I feel old saying this, but like a lot of younger kids don't have like that vibe to music that I did. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, do you ever listen to this? And they're not like,
I mean,
fuck yeah. They're
even
just like, yeah, dude, that's cool.
even people now bitch are like, yeah, MTV used to show music videos, and I'm like, yeah, but you wouldn't watch it now anyway. It doesn't matter what MTV shows, you're not going to watch it.
Yeah.
There's a few years ago, VH1 Classic turned into MTV Classic, and they started showing like the old MTV like broad. They were like, okay, we have Daria and Beavis and Butthead and like all those programs.
Daria was amazing.
Turned out being like the lowest rated channel in all of cable television. Literally
Wow.
nobody watched it. So they just, now it's a 24-hour music video station. And I watched the shit out of it, and then the cable provider that I had dropped it. So
That sucks.
I know, but that's all I used to like. Even you're talking like 2 years ago, I'd be like, all right, I'm just gonna put on background noise. Okay, we're gonna put on all these music videos all day, because like you can't get, because it would just be like a mix too. It'd be like, okay, here's like a Nirvana song, and now here's like Madonna, and now here's like a Kid Cudi song.
Yeah. Yeah, and it went. I mean, you would have the times where it would be like, a block of this type of music.
Well, that's what it'd be though. It'd be like, it's like I want my '90s, and then it's like, okay, MTV hip hop,
Yeah.
and yeah, man, I miss music videos.
I mean, well, YouTube's a big deal now.
A topic for another day is music videos.
Yeah, for sure, because they're inspirational as all hell. Like, I love music videos too. I've been getting really back into Mastodon, and they've got a video.
Astodon.
I was explaining that to my wife. I was like, listen, like when we went to Rock on the Range,
Did you buy her the booty shorts that said
no,
Astodon?
no, I didn't. So anybody listening, we were at Rock on the Range, and I'm walking to go see Mastodon at main stage, and there's this chick in front of me with these red booty shorts that said Astodon, and I fucking lost it. I was like, this is amazing. I took a picture, and I came home and I showed my wife. I was like, look at this. She's like, what? She like didn't get it. I was like, the name Mastodon means like a giant fucking mammoth, like huge, like, dude, that thing's mammoth. Like, yo, that ass is mastodon. Yo, that is an astodon. Like,
Have you ever seen the music
puns
video
kill
for the
me.
mother? Well, again, music video is another day. We're
hold
not
on,
here
hold
to-
on. Music video for Toe to Toes by Mastodon. It's a studio recording video, and it just really gets you into the feel of them. You know what I mean? They're like fun, and like if you hear the song, like they're clapping, And like in the video, they're literally sitting in front of the mic, and like all four of them are just clapping together. I was like, dude, this is the coolest shit. And yeah, I love that shit, man. That's why I hope to do with our stuff. Like, I gotta edit, a couple more videos here, but I want people able to go ahead and YouTube the artists that we're interviewing and be able to like select each song that they want. And it's not exactly a music video, but it is a video of them playing music. You know what I mean? So it's more raw and kind of, it's out there.
We should edit one with us in it.
We should.
Just like there, like actually, we should do one for Bigger Picture. Dave played
Oh yeah.
the Wanderer song.
Yeah.
The version he did, I actually like better than the Wanderer, like the whole band.
Jeez.
The one he did, the stripped down version, I actually like that one better. So we should do like a music video of just us like playing at a playground or some shit.
Yeah. And
No,
then we'll
probably
like
not. We'll
we'll have like guitars.
arrested. Yeah.
And then we could bring a drum set, even though he didn't play drums in it. We'll still have it there.
Or just like
or we can just
boats
like
and hose.
edit in the Mike Tyson from fucking what the hell is that movie? The Hangover.
Yes.
Where he's like, "Do, do, 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 do," and he punches that dude. But we'll just have that in there.
Have you ever heard the Mike Tyson song?
No.
That's something for after this podcast is over.
Okay.
What was your favorite?
My favorite emo band? I gotta say Census Fail. I listen to them so much. I know so much about them. I've seen them play live 3 times. Like, I don't know, they're awesome. I really connected with a lot of their music. And they had other stuff too that wasn't exactly so much emo. I don't know if you know the song oh boy. Is it Let It Enfold You? I know it was off that album, but it's basically about like this girl he loved got apparently committed suicide, and he said there's no way that she did it. So he actually goes and digs up her grave and takes her body back to his house and investigates and finds that she had poison in her stomach at the time of the murder. So the gunshot was done afterwards. And it's just insane like to think about. You're like, what the fuck? But he says, so let's play Dr. Babe, we'll operate today. Incisions must be made. You can help solve this case today. And he's like, there's no way she killed herself. I'm going to go dig up her body. It's like, what? But it's something like you would take, from that. That era, it was acceptable. So keeping going though, I guess my second favorite would be From First to Last.
Oh.
I don't know if you listened to them in a little while.
I haven't listened to them in years.
Nobody's heard of From First to Last until Skrillex.
Well, they had a reunion a few years, like a year
Well,
ago.
it wasn't a reunion.
They were.
He showed up and he sang for them.
Yeah. It was like a surprise too.
Yeah. And there was videos of it, and I was like, because I never got to see them play, and I would have been like amazed. I listened to their album after Sonny left, and Heroin, that album was good, but I don't know, it just wasn't the same. Sonny, his voice, dude, like, just amazing. Note to Self is actually the song that he came back to sing with them. I don't know if you know that. I mean, those lyrics are just out of this fucking world.
I think that's the thing with emo though, is like the lyrics speak to you.
Dude,
It's not just about, because with me, like punk rock, like I do like the lyrics to punk rock, but it's more about the sound. I do like the lyrics to metal, but it's more about the sound. Like whenever I hear like For Who the Bell Tolls by Metallica, it's that bass, that I fucking love that. And like Meshuggah, it's just fucking in your face heavy.
Chugging, dude. Yeah,
just that chugging. I fucking love it. But then with emo, it's more like what they're saying just speaks to me, and like, yeah, it's just a way for me to relate to that,
Like going back to Hawthorne Heights, one of the first songs I ever learned to play was Nicky FM. I had to think of the name there for a second. But that was one of the songs I'd learned to play, reading tabs and shit. And it was cool because, like going back to the lyrics, man. And he says, you're the song on my radio. Like, I'm outside of your window. I love you. And like, that's like something even old heads could relate to. Well, how do I impress this girl? Well, I'm going to bring my beatbox or ghetto blaster and I'm going to stand outside of her window and I'm going to play a Sting song for her because she'll love it. You know what I mean? You just throw little pebbles at her window until she comes out. But, yeah, it was actually...
Or even I Miss You by Blink-182. Don't waste your time on me. You're already the voice inside my head.
Yeah. Speaking of music videos, you ever watch that music video?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with that song.
So fucking weird.
Just the two chicks making out, and there's fucking lipstick all over,
and
spiders.
they're just like playing. He has like the stand-up bass and stuff.
Yeah.
There's.
Yeah, dude, I love that shit. Would you consider Boxcar Racer emo?
No.
No? What about their lyrics though?
They don't have the same sound.
Kenny, we just talked about this. I told you that band's
Genres
not emo.
are so the genres bleed together so much though, because a lot of people say My Chemical Romance is not a emo band, but then for other people,
and then I said
My
that,
Chemical Romance is the poster child of an emo band.
I mean, I also said that Weezer's Pinkerton wasn't emo because of the sound, and then you're like, "Well, listen to the lyrics. Listen to the lyrics of Boxcar Racer."
I guess.
Dude. I mean, they're pop punk.
I haven't
for
listened
sure.
to Boxcar Racer in a minute though.
Don't get me wrong; they're definitely pop punk. But if you listen to There Is, like, jeez,
Yeah, but that's
song's
like
so fucking sad.
Blink-182 though. It's an emo song. It doesn't make them an emo band. Weezer's Pinkerton is an emo album, but Weezer is not an emo band. Weezer's a anymore.
So you're just saying they were a prerequisite.
Yeah. Emo kind
They were
of
the forerunner.
Weezer kind of sucks now, anyway. So
Ever since Beverly Hills.
yeah, it was all downhill after that.
Yeah, it went Beverly Hills. You're like, dude, bring back Sweater Song. What the fuck happened to you guys?
Yeah, dude, it was Beverly Hills. They were just like, hey, we want to be famous now.
They literally said, hey, we're selling out. That's what they said.
Yeah.
They're like, listen, we're the next Nickelback.
Oh, man.
This is our rock star. That's what it is. I don't know. I mean, I still love them.
What kind of concert costs 45 cents? 50 Cent featuring Nickelback.
Jeez.
That
You want to talk about concerts? Listen. Incubus is coming back. I want to go.
I want to go see Incubus too.
Go look up ticket prices and you will know.
I don't want to look up ticket prices.
10-year anniversary tour, whatever it is.
For, no.
20.
Yeah, it would have to be 20.
I think it's
for,
the 20.
For Make
man,
Yourself.
Yeah. And if you want pit tickets, they're like close to $400.
What about in Akron?
I didn't look there. I don't know.
They're playing in Akron. So
No, I meant like the pit, not Pittsburgh. Like the pit right next to the stage.
Yeah, but I figured
like
I figured you
$400.
meant like in like Burgettstown or
In
wherever.
Burgettstown. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be playing there or not. But yeah, I know they were definitely out there for ticket prices. I was just like, yeah, this is too much for me. I just can't. Because you get nosebleed seats for like $70. I'm like, fuck that. I go see a Pirates game.
Yeah.
4 times.
You can go see a lot of Pirates games for that much money.
Yeah.
You can get all you can eat seats for like $20 a seat.
Think of how many fucking riblets you could get from Applebee's for that.
It's unlimited for $12.99.
And you could get unlimited like 7 times. Maybe like 6. Something like that. Okay, one more band I want to discuss. I mean, we can keep talking about more bands too, but Alkaline Trio.
Man, they were another one that was on that Victory Records label.
But they were kind of in that Misfits category.
That was more of a time though when they were getting away from emo.
They were darker.
They were definitely darker.
Definitely emo.
Yeah, they were emo, but that was like at the end of like the second wave of emo, so to speak.
Okay. So I mean,
they were
general,
they were basically like the Cat. They were like the end. They were the last one.
They were the cat's ass.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that. That was good.
I don't know what that means, but okay, yes.
They were the ass end of the cat. If emo itself was a cat, they were the ass.
Yeah, they were like the last one to make a big whenever that big push made. Because I have friends now that There were rumors that like My Chemical Romance was like recording stuff
They are
allegedly.
allegedly.
It's not confirmed. The Jonas Brothers just said so.
I
But
mean,
I had a friend.
Gerard teased it.
But I had a friend who's like, I'm gonna go join the Black Parade, and I'm like, yo, it's been like 13 years. I was like, Alkaline Trio kind of was like the end of it, like 2007.
Yeah. Do you remember Teresa Offey?
No.
She was a year above us, or me, I guess. But she was so in Alkaline Trio. She had like Alkaline Trio tats on her shoulders. She showed me a bunch of their songs, man. They're cool as shit.
Never get a band tattoo ever.
David.
Don't do it, because one day you're gonna have a Lost Prophets tattoo on your arm, and you have a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah. You know what's fucked up about that? My last name is Watkins, and so is that guy's.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, dude, your cousin's a rapist. I'm like, I'm not related to that, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, Lost Prophets are cool, don't get me wrong, but that guy isn't.
I love them, but I honestly like their music is good, but like at the same time when I listen to them, I'm like I can't do this, and I have to shut it off.
You know who we didn't talk about? Story of the Year.
Oh.
Bro. Lost Prophets and Story of the Year were like right around the same time frame when I discovered them, so that's what reminded me of that. But Till the Day I Die.
Yeah.
That song was so good. That was he in my personal opinion, he wasn't the emo look. You know what I mean? He had like the regular Dave Busco haircut and not like that swoopy hair.
Our podcast now will be used to trashing Dave Busco because
that's what I started this for. Hey, dude, you want to be an episode? Yeah, fuck yeah. Now everybody doesn't know who he is. You just make fun of his ass. But no, they were definitely emo music wise. Straight up awesome. Lyrics, man, out of this world. Any band that we mentioned today, if you guys have not heard them, you should at least check out two of them. We've
just go watch the music videos.
Yeah, just YouTube Fuse Oven Fresh.
I did the other day.
Does it come up?
I just typed in Oven Fresh Fuse, and there was a YouTube playlist.
No shit.
And I just started watching some of it. And I was like, my youth. I'm getting my gray hairs are going away.
This song has restored my power.
And then I would just think about the girl that I was in love with at the time when that music video came out. I'm like, I miss you. Not really. I'm not a bitch, but
that's okay, dude. We can't all be winners, Kenny. I understand. You know, I was there once. Kidding. I definitely wasn't.
Oh man.
If you could bring back one of those bands to see again, what would you pick? Besides Taking Back Sunday.
Thursday.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could rage out to them. I mean, they were kick ass and emo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were pretty sweet. I think I'd pick Thrice.
Isn't it the lead singer of Thursday that went on? It was the Lost Prophets broke up because obviously what their lead singer did, and then the lead singer of Thursday got with them, and now they're a band now. I'm like
certain.
99% sure they're a band now, but I forgot what they're called. It's basically every member from Lost Prophets and the lead singer of Thursday.
I have to look that up. Jamie?
Jamie, look that up.
Jamie!
Okay, let's continue.
If I were to pick a band, I think I would have to pick Thrice. Just because, like you said, you'll go back and now that you're a little grown up, you listen to them again. Stare at the Sun. I know you know that song. But musically, dude, they're such talented musicians. Like, if you listen to that bass line, you listen to that guitar riff, the drums, and then the way he sings, like, everything comes 360, dude, and it just folds into this amazing fucking deal. And, it's hard to deny that, yes, I mean, they were an early emo band, and they definitely, had their fan base and whatnot, but dude, they were fucking talented as all hell. I would love to see them play. I think it'd be awesome. Never got to.
No Devotion is the name of the band.
So it is the guy from Thursday.
Yes, it's the lead singer of Thursday, and the band lost profits.
So whatever happened to Thursday? Why did he just leave them?
I think they broke up. I mean, My Chemical Romance just broke up.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Do you
Aiden...
listen to Gerard's new stuff?
No.
I'm not a huge fan. I was expecting it to be more like, you know,
It's kind of like
My
whenever
Chemical Romance.
Billy
but
Corgan broke up from... Like, when the Smashing Pumpkins broke up and Billy Corgan did his solo stuff, and it was just more like poetry.
yeah. Can you imagine Billy Corgan raging?
Have you ever watched Billy Corgan? Billy Corgan's a huge wrestling fan.
Wait. We talked about this before. Yeah, this is on
I'll show
another podcast. Dude,
I'll show you
vu.
I'll show you videos of Billy Corgan smashing guitars over people's heads in a wrestling ring.
It would have been way better if they were pumpkins.
He should have, but oh god, have you ever seen Roddy Piper smash a coconut over Jimmy Snuka's head?
No.
Oh god, it's bad. It's an actual coconut.
Does he bleed?
No, but he actually, like, I've seen an interview with Roddy Piper. He's like I'm from Scotland. I'd never seen a coconut before, so I just had it on the set and I took it and I smashed it over his head. And Jimmy was just never the same afterwards, and he's like crying because he's like it messed him up because it literally knocked him out unconscious. He like took it and he just smashed over his head and it blew into like 1,000 pieces and Jimmy Snuka just falls down. Like,
Oh fuck.
I love wrestling.
That's pretty real.
Yeah.
Trying to think of other good bands that we missed. Like, not even to talk, just to name them so people can remember them.
The comments the comments will definitely be in here.
Was Halifax Broken Glass Syndrome?
I don't remember.
I remember
them.
that one.
I don't remember them.
Trying to think of some other good ones.
Silverstein.
Silverstein.
They weren't really emo, though.
Silverstein. I would definitely consider them emo.
Really?
Yeah, but they were also they had a concept album. And that was one of the first concept albums I ever heard. It was an entire story over top of like 8 tracks or whatnot. But one thing I wanted to talk about
was about how Shia LaBeouf's right behind you.
Yeah. Talking about Thursday night for Shia LaBeouf. What I wanted to talk about is what emo has become nowadays. You know what I mean? Like two things. One, where are these bands at now? What are they doing?
A lot of them broken up.
Look at Gerard Way, though.
Yeah.
Have you seen his new Netflix show?
No.
No?
No.
The Umbrella Corporation?
Oh, no, I have seen
Or is
that.
it Umbrella Project?
I've seen it, but I haven't actually watched it.
Okay. Well, he wrote a comic book and continues to write these comic books now. And Netflix seen it and was like, dude, we should do an adaptation. And so he's like not director, maybe producer of it. But I watched it and it was damn good. Really cool to see like that happening. And it was after that I actually went back and listened to his solo stuff. And I was like, I mean, like, it's okay. I could dig it, but I just wasn't as into it as I was MCR.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But let's see, like, you know, after emo came like screamo music. And screamo is that prerequisite for metal if you're not ready to get into it, or this metal core music that is nowadays. You know what I mean? You ever heard of Scary Kids Scaring Kids?
Yeah.
My Darkest Hour? Like, it was amazing. Like, we were going into Aiden. Like, I set my friends on fire.
It bleeds.
I said, my friends on fire. Like, you didn't hear those
It bleeds in
lyrics
that
and other shit.
post-hardcore, though, because, like,
Yeah.
Alexis on Fire.
Yeah, dude, they're post-hardcore as fuck.
Yeah, but sometimes
It kinda has
people
that-
are like, oh, they're screamo. I'm like, no, they're post-hardcore as fuck. But
Yeah. Like, one thing I hate is when people call metal music screamo.
yeah, they're
It's like, listen, there's an actual genre called screamo. Like, let me just play you some.
That's this girl that I was in love with in college who broke my heart, because that's a theme and throughout my life is girls break my heart.
That's all right. We could keep talking about it. That's what I'm here for, is moral support, Kenny.
We were gonna go on a date, and she was like, I'm not getting in your car because I don't listen to that screamo bullshit. And I'm like, I don't listen to screamo, and my cassette deck has Queen's greatest hits in it right now. So we ended up taking her car anyway because she's a bitch. But hey, But it's just whenever people are like, "Oh, that guy's screaming. Obviously, it's screamo." I'm like, "No, that's not how it
Yeah, that's
works.
why they call it screamo, because he's screaming.
That's
You
not how it works."
idiot! Oh my god!
No, dude. Yeah, my wife works with somebody, and she's like, I don't know how you listen to this screamo music. I sat her down here after she told me that. I was like, let me just give you a little education real quick. For an hour and a half, I played her
Whitney Houston screams in
90,
her songs. Is she
98
screamo?
all the way up to like 2015. I was like, listen, this is called evolution. This little genre right here is where screamo was, and this is where it isn't. This is metalcore. Over here you have death metal, and here you have death metalcore.
You have hardcore and then post-hardcore.
Yeah, post-hardcore is sweet.
Yeah.
Post-hardcore, we should just start calling post-emo.
We're just calling them Post Malone core.
Post Malone core. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Actually, just had a friend post a status. She said that I think in like 5 years, Post Malone is
We'll
going to
be
make
dead.
his own fucking genre, and he's going to blow everybody out of the world because he's just evolving to something. And she was listening to what is it? Beer bongs and Bentleys.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I love Post Malone. Everybody talks so much shit on him, but he's cool as
I
fuck.
don't know. I don't really like. I mean, I'm sure he's a cool guy, but he looks like he smells.
Yeah.
You see a picture of Post Malone, you're like, that guy smells.
I don't know. I think he smelled great.
I've also seen the meme where it was like, I can't wait till this fucking poser's Ghost Malone. I'm like, damn.
Damn. I like saying most Malone.
That's so fucking
You
stupid.
guys ever listen to Most Malone? Nah, dude, I haven't. We should check him out.
Oh, man.
So, what do you think? Still alive?
I think I'm going to go home and put on some eyeliner and fucking Sharpie my fingernails.
Just like the scene from fucking Billy Madison.
One last
Steve Buscemi puts on the lipstick. Just sits back on the couch.
One last story though. Probably 2005. I think it was like 2005 or 2006. It's like the Sadie Hawkins dance or whatever. And here I am like getting ready because I'm like so excited to go to this like school dance because little 14, 15-year-old me like.
And this girl asked me.
I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna kiss a girl tonight. It's gonna be great. And then I put on I think I put on like some eyeliner or something, just a little bit. And I got my dad's like, what the fuck is on your face? And I was like, nothing. He's like, looks like you have fucking eyeliner on or something. No, let me go in the mirror and look. And I fucking like was scrubbing it out of my eyes. I was like, my dad was so mad.
And then I couldn't go to Sadie Hawkins because my dad beat my ass.
My pappy was so. No, I went to Sadie Hawkins. My eyes were all fucking red because I was scrubbing this eyeliner.
Don't lie, your dad beat your ass and you're crying.
No, he didn't.
Oh,
But I'm pretty sure he would have. He'd been like, what kind of faggoty bullshit? I'm like, oh, can we,
chill out, Dad.
chill out, Dad.
Chill out. This is I never finished this, but I seen Hawthorne Heights in Cleveland. Same year as the 2017, I think it was, when I seen them in Pittsburgh. Same fucking thing happened at the show. Some dude threw a bottle and hit him in the head. And they stopped playing. And he's like, you throw another fucking thing, I'll fucking kill you. And at that point, I was like, I didn't know what to believe. I was like, is this real? Or is this wrestling?
There was whenever we saw
whatever, bro.
we saw Hawthorne Heights and Silverstein about a year. It was probably less than a year ago, but Silverstein, they went back, and then the lead singer came out like with his acoustic guitar. But like as soon as he like went off stage, and everyone knew they're coming back for like their encore. It was like a Cypress Hill concert. There was this huge fucking cloud of smoke that like rose up over the audience. So he comes back out. He's like, "Hey, oh my god, it's so much weed. I can smell it so bad." And somebody's like, "You love it." He's like, "No, I don't." And then he played for everybody because he was cool with it.
Yeah. I remember, I think that's one of the things I like about just band members. I guess you get some arrogant assholes, but I had seen a Warped Tour in Cleveland. I told you the one that got rained all out.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a couple bands who all their equipment got fucked up. Like their amps were wet. They couldn't plug them in or they ruined them. You know what I mean? And I do remember it was the Spill Canvas was playing and he'd lent his guitars to I forget what other band, so that they could play their set, and they just did an acoustic session. They're not normally an acoustic band whatsoever,
Right.
but they still did an acoustic session because this guy was like, "Yeah, dude, here, I still want you guys to play. Fuck yeah, you know."
It's awesome.
All right, man. Well,
I think we've about said.
I think we've touched it.
Yeah.
Good basis of it. If we haven't, I would like to hear what you guys want to hear about. Emo wise, what were your favorite bands? Please leave us a comment. This episode also was a shout out to my buddy Brian Hoffman. He told me that he wanted to hear about the emo stage, and that's one of the most emotional dudes I know. If you ever met this motherfucker, whoo! Tell you what.
If you guys want to hear us talk about something, just go on our Facebook and leave a comment.
Yeah, Facebook's probably the best way to reach us. Please hit us up on the YouTube though, because I always comment back. Kenny always comments back. We both have the access to it, so bam, throwing you a comment back.
I will be the dude abides 815. That is a Big Lebowski reference. That is my YouTube username.
Dude, that's just like your opinion, man.
We're treating objects like women, man.
We need to stop. All right, but yeah, go ahead and give us a like on Facebook and YouTube. Extraordinary Expletive. Be sure to check us out.
Hit the bell to stay notified. I'll give you a notification when we go live, probably every Sunday. We're pretty regular with this, so.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to hear us talk about something, please just hit us up.
Also, coming up here soon, later this month, in July, actually, not this month, we are going to be interviewing the band Plinko, and they are a jam band straight out of the Western Ohio or Eastern Ohio, Western PA area, and they're pretty sweet people, man. My buddy Trevor plays some awesome music. Great bass player. Just somebody you guys should definitely check out. This will be a first experience for us too, because it'll be a whole band here.
Not just one person.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a big deal. Might sound like shit, but fuck Plinko. If you guys follow Plinko, you definitely get that joke. But anyways, seriously, guys, keep it up. We love the comments. I love the attention we're getting. And if you guys want us to do something, that's what we want to do.
And we love the feedback, too.
Yeah.
Please, the feedback will only make us better.
Yeah, dude. The feedback will feed us, for sure. But yeah, man. Keep it emo.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Peace out.